Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Drive MX-5 channel. Today we're going to be installing sequential LED side turn signals on Kelsey's dark cherry Miata. We'll also be doing the LED side markers on the front and the back. Let's go ahead and get started. So to start with the LED sequential side turn signals, we can actually do this with the car on the ground, especially if the car is on stock height. Now, if your car is lowered, you might want to jack it up to give yourself extra clearance between the tire and the fender. So in order to start this job, you have these 4 plastic pop rivets. There's one here, 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 and here. We're gonna take a flat blade screwdriver and stick it between the base and the intersection of this pop rivet and pull it out like so. So here we have the sequential turn signal for this driver side. Now, if you look at the back, there is this bendy tab right here. So what we're gonna do is peel the fender liner back, stick your hand through the fender until you can reach the side turn signal, and you're gonna push it towards the back of the car and pop the front end here out like that. Pull the wiring harness through, and there's a little tab at the top which we're going to depress and then pull to release the turn signal. Then simply take the new one, plug it into the factory harness, and pop it back in just like that. Now we're going to turn on the hazards, make sure it works. There we go. And that's how you install the sequential side turn signals on your ND Miata. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the side markers as well. So now, starting with the side markers for the Miata, you will need a few tools, including a small Phillips head screwdriver, a larger Phillips head screwdriver, and a flat blade screwdriver to get some clips off of the fender liners. Now, I also lifted the car and removed the wheels. Chances are you could probably do this with the wheels on, and maybe even with the car on the ground if you're at stock height. But removing the wheels gives us a lot more access for our tools, and then of course for my camera here to film this video. So starting with the front side marker here, we need to remove this upper and lower half of the fender liners. You have a few small plastic clips that you'll want to take out using your flat blade screwdriver all along here, so that way we can peel these fender liners away and get access to the harness and bolt that holds this side marker in. So now just twist this harness towards you and it pulls right out. And you'll notice there's a little Phillips head screw right here that we need to back out. And then we can push this tab down and then push the whole side marker assembly out. Then take your new side marker, put the wire through the large hole here and feed it into the fender, or bumper rather. Pull the old bulb out, or the stock bulb, and then connect the harness like so. Sometimes it's helpful to take a small screwdriver to make sure you really push it into place. And then I suggest at this point going ahead and turning on the light to make sure that it works before we put everything back together. And there we go. So now take that same harness and just put it back into the side marker. And then taking the included screw, this one's a little bit bigger than the stock one, and we need this to make sure we attach or fix the light to the bumper. Get started by hand, and then take the large screwdriver and twist it right into place. Once you've done that and made sure that everything is tight, you can go ahead and put the fender liners back and then repeat this process on the other side. All right, so now moving to the back of the car, you have 2 Phillips head screws, one here and one here, that you have to remove. You have this plastic push rivet and then a small plastic rivet that also has a Phillips head screw. This is what we'll use the small screwdriver for. Now for this screw here, you may be able to just simply screw it out, but if you notice I'm spinning this and it's just spinning the center of that little plastic rivet. You might have to take a flat blade screwdriver and apply some pressure behind it so that way the threads catch. Unless you want to totally destroy this piece, which would be fine. It's not a critical component. If it doesn't want to come out, then just use your screwdriver and sort of pry it out as best you can without destroying it. Now we can pull this fender liner away. It does have some tabs right here that actually feed into the bumper. So you want to push that inward towards the car, and then you can flex this whole piece down and kind of keep it steady on the suspension arm. So we're gonna do the same thing here that we did on the front. You simply rotate this harness this way towards the back of the car, remove the stock bulb, and then remove this little screw. This is for the large Phillips head at the top of the light housing. From there, push this tab inwards and the whole housing comes out. Now taking the new one, remember, feed the wire through here first, place it in like that, and then we'll go ahead and plug it in. And then again, we're going to turn on the lights to make sure that it works. And so now we can put the harness back into place, and then taking the new screw that's included with the lights, started by hand, and then screw it into place. Now putting the fender liner back, starting with the bumper tabs here, make sure you snap into place. Then we can reinstall the screws and the plastic rivet, and we're good to go. And that's how you install the side markers on your ND Miata. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the latest videos that I post. And I can't wait to see you in the next video.